Good afternoon to all of you. My name is Andri Fili, and I am an educational officer at the Department of Higher Education at the Cyprus Ministry of Education, Culture, Sport and Youth. It will be my pleasure to give you this short presentation titled Study in Cyprus and try to answer your questions about the higher education system of Cyprus. Our presentation starts with a short film, 2 minutes long, that will give you a good idea about Cyprus and its higher educational system. Let's find out why study in Cyprus.
Cyprus. In the heart of the Mediterranean lies a modern and thriving EU member state. An academic and business center of excellence and one of the safest places to live in. 8 fully accredited universities offer quality undergraduate and postgraduate degrees in a vast variety of traditional and contemporary fields. They offer advanced research opportunities in an innovative and motivating scientific environment with high-caliber academics and Nobel Prize winners. Cyprus is a world-class educational center featuring a memorable student experience. The Cyprus student community includes individuals of more than 80 nationalities, exploring a wide range of mobility and employment opportunities. Gain knowledge and experiences to last a lifetime.
I hope you all enjoyed the short film. Now let's move on with our presentation. Higher education in Cyprus is a booming sector offering world-class education. Cyprus is a member state of the European Union, the European Area of Higher Education, and the Bologna process. The implementation of the ECTS credit transferable system opens the educational doorways to and from Cyprus, not only to all European member states, but to the whole world. Now, in Cyprus are operating 3 public universities, 6 private universities, and 44 private institutions of higher education, all offering a large variety of fully accredited undergraduate and postgraduate programs of study. Additionally, universities and most of the private institutions of higher education offer distance learning programs. For more information on the institutions and the programs offered, you can visit the website of the Department of Higher Education and the Cyprus Agency of Quality Assurance and Accreditation. Students in Cyprus are offered a broad number of opportunities for academic and scientific collaborations. As a European member state, but also through a number of agreements and memoranda of understanding with other countries and organizations. As a member of the European family, Cyprus is actively participating in the Erasmus Plus program. Erasmus Plus offers funding opportunities for mobility of people from all fields to other participating countries, aiming at education, training, volunteering, and youth exchange cooperation towards research, innovation, and the exchange of good practices. Here is an illustrated presentation of the education system of Cyprus as regards to the degree structure in higher education. As you can see, public and private universities are offering bachelor, master, and PhD degrees, whereas private institutions of higher education are also offering short cycle programs from 1 to 3 years. The minimum admission requirements for enrollment to undergraduate programs are a high school leaving certificate or equivalent qualification and a proof of competency in the English language. For postgraduate programs, the minimum admission requirements are a bachelor's degree and also a proof of competency in the English language. The minimum English language requirements are presented in the current slide, but it needs to be mentioned here that candidates should contact the institutions directly for any additional requirement that they may have. As regards to international students, the following general admission requirements are requested: an official bank letter that verifies the candidate's ability to comply with the financial obligations of the program, and a declaration of intent signed by the candidate that states his or her intention to study in Cyprus and not to apply for political asylum. As for the entry permit for students from third countries, international non-EU students must obtain an entry permit either from an embassy of the Republic of Cyprus in the candidate's home country or from the Civil Registry and Migration Department in order to enter, study, and work in Cyprus. Within 10 days of arriving in Cyprus, students must also apply to the Civil Registry and Migration Department for a residence permit. Students from Ukraine can obtain information on the procedure of obtaining a visa and entry permit from the Cyprus Embassy of the Republic of Cyprus in Kiev. Please note that the legislation and the regulations governing admission to higher education institutions in Cyprus are subject to change. So students should check the necessary procedures with the Cypriot diplomatic mission in their country of origin, in this case with the Embassy of Cyprus in Kiev. You can see the address of the Embassy of Cyprus on the current slide. As it is presented on this slide, tuition fees vary depending on the institutions and the programs of study offered. Therefore, we need to stress that the above fees are indicative. The exact cost depends on the profile and the needs of the program. For more information, you should contact the institutions directly. Of course, international students can apply for financial aid and scholarships directly to the Cyprus Institute of Higher Education, since most of them are offering various scholarship schemes. As for the cost of living in Cyprus, living expenses for the average student in Cyprus are estimated between 600 and 700 euros per month. However, expenses vary depending on students' spending habits and living situation. Why should a student study in Cyprus? As a world-class educational center, Cyprus has high-quality and fully accredited academic institutions, both public and private, offering a wide range of programs. Cyprus is fast becoming the new academic and research center of excellence in the region. The studies are well organized and recognized. There are state-of-the-art labs and research opportunities. A student gains enough to pursue a career anywhere in the world. All universities in Cyprus offer programs in English. Everybody speaks English. As regards to accommodation, there is a variety of options. Students can use the accommodation offices that offer support for finding the right accommodation option. All institutions offer support and help in all aspects of the student life. Boosting a rich historical and cultural landscape, Cyprus is the third largest island in the Mediterranean Sea. Superb mountain scenery, forest, fascinating coastlines and beaches. Lying at the crossroads of Europe and Asia and Africa, is a modern European Union member state. Studying in Cyprus is the best experience ever. Cyprus offers the real-world experience with a variety of extracurricular activities such as theater, cinemas, concerts, cultural events, museums, leisure activities, water sports. Great courses, great environment. Cyprus is a safe place to live, study, and work. The strategic goal of establishing Cyprus as an international education and research center is becoming a reality. Based on evidence from students' enrollment to higher education institutions, number of foreign students has overcome the number of Cypriot students. Ukrainian student numbers are growing during the last years. One can say that this is a result of the good relations between our countries. If you need more information on studying Cyprus, or if you want to get in contact with a Cypriot university or institution, please visit our website. Thank you for your attention, and I would be more than happy to answer any of your questions. So I will be answering your questions. I can see that one of you has asked me about the language requirements. I will show you now, based on my presentation, you can see the minimum English language requirements, which is IELTS 5, TOEFL 70, and INGCSE D. So I hope I have answered your question. For Helena, who is asking for the list of public universities, I will the list of public universities is on our website. Let me show you based on my presentation. You can enter the website of my department, which is www.higher education. You can see it now, Helena, on your screen. This is our website, www.highereducation.ac.cy. And you can see that when you enter, you will have a list of all our universities. But Helena, please note that public universities mainly offer English programs on postgraduate programs. Their undergraduate programs are mainly in Greek. So if you are interested, it's better to check, of course, if you are interested for an undergraduate program, it's better if you also check your options with all our private universities. For Karina, who is asking about the currency is in euro. We are using euro. Ilona is asking about the price. If you're asking about the tuition fees, Ilona, there is it depends. It depends on the program and it depends on the university. So even though you can see, let me find let me show you the screen where I have the cost of living. You can see here, this is for Ilona and whoever is interested. These are some indicative numbers regarding the fees. Okay, so public universities are free, but the programs are in Greek and you need to take national exams. So what you should be looking for is for private universities. You can see here their fees, but most importantly, you have to have in mind that they have a lot of scholarships based on academic and economic criteria. So for the person who is asking about the dormitories, which means the accommodation, all universities have very modern accommodation options. So depending on what you prefer, either studying alone or sharing an apartment or living in a campus, universities offer all options. So they are very well organized to welcome a student and offer to the student an environment where he or she can feel safe and based on the budget of the student. Okay? Perfect, Elena. Yes, this is the website. Regarding the presentation, I believe that my colleagues who are organizing the event have recorded my presentation and it will be uploaded in the website of the Education Abroad virtual fair. Regarding the classes per week, I cannot answer that. I cannot answer how many classes a student may have every week, because this depends on the program. And believe me, there is enough time to study, to work, and also to relax and enjoy your life in a sunny and safe environment. So most importantly, you have to find the program to decide what you want to study. Second, you have to check your options. You can see in our website, you can see our different universities. And I advise you to contact all our universities in Cyprus, because all universities in Cyprus offer very good programs. So if you ask me which university is the best, I would say all of them. So you find the program you want to study, you contact the universities, you ask for offers, you ask for scholarship options, you ask for accommodation, and then you decide based on your budget and based on what you really need. And of course, all universities have support offices to help students either apply for work or for internship within their program of study. There are a lot of companies in Cyprus. There are a lot of companies that are based in Cyprus, which means that these companies are collaborating with our universities, and this gives the opportunity to our students to work during their studies, to gain work experience, and to complete their internship. Regarding one of you is asking about the specialties, which specialties are popular in Cyprus. All of them. We have, since the universities have tried to achieve the best quality. So no matter what is your interest, whether it's medicine or business administration or computer science or psychology or literature, chemistry, all programs, the quality of all programs is very good. And our universities have already built a tradition in order for all students to trust their dreams in the hands of our universities. Regarding the accommodation cost, it depends. If you want to stay in campus, it could be 250 euros. It could per month. It could be 300 euros. But if you want to live alone and rent your own apartment, it could be more expensive. So the accommodation cost depends on you and what you prefer. So if you decide to stay in campus, let's say that the cost is around 250 to 350 euros with all the utility, including the bills. Okay, but also some students prefer to rent their own apartments, and of course, in this case, the cost is bigger. As regards to English, yes, our universities and institutions of higher education, they offer foundation programs. So if somebody wants to improve his or her English, or if you feel insecure or you don't have the minimum requirements, then I advise you to contact the universities and ask for foundation options. Okay, Karina is asking me if I have studied in Cyprus. Karina, I have studied in Greece because when I'm a bit old, so when I wanted to study, I prefer to study abroad. So I thought that my undergraduate degree was an opportunity for me to live in a foreign country and gain more experience. So this is my advice, to study abroad. If you can afford it and if you feel that you can do it, then it's better either for your undergraduate or postgraduate studies to live the experience of living in a foreign country. So my undergraduate studies were in Greece, whereas I'm doing right now my postgraduate studies in Cyprus. Don't ask me which university. All of them are very good. Okay, the academic year. Well, the academic year starts every semester. I cannot tell you the exact dates, but if you want, you can leave me your email address, and you can leave your email. You can send your email address and your question, your exact question, to the organizers of this event, and I will send you the exact dates and all information about the deadlines for every semester in order to begin your studies. Again, you're asking me about the city life cost. It's hard to give this answer because it depends on you. Cyprus offers a lot of options, a lot of activities that they cost nothing. You can see the beach here. You can have a splendid time during your free time without spending a lot of money. So the cost of life depends on your lifestyle. If you want to have your own private car and all these luxuries, it's going to be very expensive. But if you want to be modest and focus on your studies while enjoying student life, then you can adjust your budget and your monthly expenses based on your budget. There are scholarships. That all universities offer, because the priority of our universities is to support international students. So if you want to apply, let's say you have made your research and you have found that in 2 or 3 universities in Cyprus, offer the program of study that you want to do. You contact them and they will reply back describing the cost and also the scholarships offered. The scholarships are offered based on academic criteria, which means the scholarships are offered based on your grade, your high school leaving certificate grade. These are the academic criteria, but also they are offered based on socioeconomic criteria. But I cannot give you more information because I represent the Ministry of Education of Cyprus. I don't represent a university. That's why I cannot enter into further details. Okay. Again, regarding the working hours, I didn't add this information on my slide regarding the working hours that a student is allowed to work. But again, you can leave your contact details and your email, and I promise I will send you the exact answer as soon as possible. And of course, in Cyprus, we have, unfortunately, we also have a problem with the COVID-19. So for the time being, the classes are online. So this is unfortunately, this is a decision that most countries have taken as regards to their higher education programs of study. Yes, and Erasmus Plus is it's been offered by our universities, and all students can benefit from Erasmus Plus opportunities. So as soon as you become a student of a European country, of a university that operates in a European country, like our universities and institutions of higher education, you can benefit from the Erasmus Plus program, and during your studies, you can travel to other universities in Europe. So I hope I have answered your questions. There is one question that is not in English, so unfortunately I cannot answer. I apologize for this. I don't speak Ukrainian, so I hope I have answered your questions. If somebody needs clarifications, I'm here. Please text me again your question to add some clarifications. You're asking me about double degrees. Unfortunately, I don't have. You need to specify what do you mean by saying double degree. Our institutions of higher education are collaborating with universities operating abroad, and they offer degrees in collaboration. But I cannot, I don't have a list with the joint degrees, if this is what you mean. I know that some of our universities are collaborating with British universities, for example, but if you are interested in double or joint degrees, I advise you, or I'm kindly asking you, to leave your contact information to the organizers of the event with your question, and I will send you the list or the options you may have as regards to double degrees. You're asking me about Russia, where Russian find an information. Russians, I believe that the organizers of this event have two websites. One website is in Ukrainian and the other website is in Russian. But also, if you want to have more information as a Russian citizen, you can contact our embassy in Kiev, or I will show you now on the screen the contact details of our embassy. You can see here the telephone number of our embassy and also the email of our embassy. You can send an email here, or you can contact them and they will give you more information. They will be able to support you and give you any information you may need, or they can direct you to us, to the Ministry of Education of Cyprus, for more information. And of course, in Cyprus, there is a large Russian community, and especially in Limassol, which is one of the cities, one of the main cities of Cyprus. It feels like a Russian is at home due to the large community of Russians. You're asking me about medical studies. Medical studies are offered by 3 universities. The University of Cyprus, which is a public university, but the University of Cyprus offers the program in Greek. So we have 2 very good private universities that they offer excellent medical studies. One university is the European University Cyprus, and the second one is the University of Nicosia. So these 2 universities are offering medical studies. They have excellent laboratories. They are collaborating with hospitals. They are collaborating with other universities, for example, in Israel, and the quality of the studies is very high. And of course, their programs are very competitive. So it is a great success if somebody manages to enter either in the European University of Cyprus or the University of Nicosia, because both of them offer excellent studies. Of course, there is no age limit. Of course, there is no age limit as regards to undergraduate or postgraduate studies. I mean, we are referring to adults, so definitely no age limit. You can decide to study at any time of your life, whether you are 18, 30, 40, 50, 80. So there is no age limit. I didn't understand what you're asking. The question I can see here is, how important are the assessment in the school certificate upon admission? Unfortunately, I cannot understand your question. If you are asking about the entry requirements, which documents you need in order to enter in a university, these are let me show you on the screen the entry requirements. So you can see on the screen that in order to enter in a program of study in Cyprus, you need your high school leaving certificate. Okay, so you need to finish your secondary school, your high school, and you have to prove your competency in English. And you can see here on the screen which are the minimum language requirements. But these requirements are not the same for all programs of study. This is just an indication what universities are asking from students. So you can see here the requirements, the high school leaving certificate, proof of competency, and as I said, I am representing the Ministry of Education, so I cannot give you specific information for specific programs of study. So you are asking me about the medical studies, and unfortunately, I cannot answer this question. If you are asking about, if you are really interested in studying, you can send. You can, as I said before, and I will repeat it, you can leave your contact details and the questions you have to the organizers of this event, and I will email you back with all the information about medical studies. You can also email us to this email address, dae@moec.gov.cy. Any question you send here, I will send you back the reply. So all the questions you're asking me, and I cannot give you detailed information, you can send me the questions here to this address, dae@moec.gov.cy. Send me the question. I will contact our universities in Cyprus, gather the information you need, and send it back to you. So I hope I have covered your question as regards to medical studies. And of course, in Cyprus, we have the holidays, the common holidays. We have Christmas, we have Easter, Christmas holidays, Easter holidays, and summer holidays. Okay, and Easter holidays is not okay. The majority of people living in Cyprus are Christian Orthodox. So we have the Orthodox Easter, which means that the dates are not stable. They change every year. This year, the Easter is in May, end of April. I hope I have answered all questions so far. If I have left behind any question, please repeat it, and I will go back and answer your question. Students can study and work during their free time, but I unfortunately, I cannot tell you how many hours per week are allowed to work during the semester. And of course, this time limitation is less during holidays. So students can work during their studies, but there are some limitations. So again, if you want more information about student work permit, send me an email and I will send you back all the information. However, I should say that working during your studies is important to cover your expenses, but it is a bit hard to depend only on working in order to cover your student fees and your personal expenses. So you need to make to have your budget before coming to Cyprus, and while you are studying in Cyprus, you need to, if you are allowed to work and you're allowed to work, you can add some money in your daily budget, but it won't be enough to cover all your expenses. how much does a month of city life cost? You can see it here. You can see it on the screen. That it, based on my presentation, I said that the living cost is between 600 and 700 euros per month. This number is indicative, and this no matter where you decide to study, whether it's going to be in Cyprus or in Ukraine or in England or in Austria or in Germany, the living expenses depend on your decision, on your options, on your lifestyle. As regards to the university ranking in Cyprus, as a ministry, we do not have a university ranking. So I cannot tell you that we have, in Cyprus, we have 9 universities, okay? There is no ranking. There is no university number 1, university number 2. All our universities go through the same quality evaluation. They all operate under the same law. So a university is operating and offering programs of study under the same strict procedures. We do not have an internal ranking, but most of our universities are in international rankings. Okay, if you check international rankings, you will see that we have most of our universities or departments are part of international rankings. As regards to students remaining who decide to stay in Cyprus and work, no, I don't have this information. I don't have information regarding I mean, now that I'm talking to you, I don't have this information. I could look for it and send you. I could look for the research. I'm sure there is a lot of research, because in Cyprus there are many foreign companies. So if a student is active enough during his or her studies, this student may have a lot of opportunities in order to continue staying in Cyprus and working. We have a lot of companies with many foreign employees. So if you go around Cyprus, if you go and if you visit the bars, the restaurants, if you go to the beach, if you walk around, you will hear, you will realize that Cyprus, in Cyprus, we have many foreigners. And of course, we have many students from Russia, many students and employees from Ukraine. But unfortunately, I do not have a specific number or a percentage as regards to how many students continue living in Cyprus after they complete their studies. I don't have this information available now, but I could look for it. So email me. In this email, you can see on the screen, on the slide. You are asking me about online education. All our universities and colleges offer online courses. So if you check their websites, you will realize, you will find programs of study that they are distance program of study. So you can be in Ukraine and study a program. They offer this option of online education, distance education. Besides this, because of the COVID-19, right now, as I said, all institutions of higher education are offering their programs online. And there are some exceptions whenever they have laboratories, and but again, this is something that each university is organizing in collaboration with the Ministry of Health in order to ensure the safety of our students. And yes, I see the same question again. Yes, there are programs offered by distance education. There are. So if you check the website of the exhibition, if you go to Cyprus profile, you will see the website of all the universities. And you can check and you will find many options as regards to distance programs. You are asking me about the vaccines. Yes, in Cyprus, we have started the vaccines. And we hope that by summer, the majority of the population, or most, or at least the group of people that is in danger, in more danger, will be vaccinated. So I think that Cyprus is more or less in the same procedure like the other European countries in order to be protected by the COVID. So I repeat myself, if I have left behind any question, just type again in order to remind me which question I haven't answered.